Hello and welcome to another episode of King of the Hill, where we're going to see which cars can survive a trip down the Stairway Mountain. And we start today with the 200BX. It's a rear-wheel drive coupe. Could be a bit unstable, could be prone to a few spins. Frankly, I have no idea. But it's time to find out. As we wait for the lights, the Covet's still leading at the moment as 4 lights, 5 lights. And away goes the 200BX off the line, pretty quick off the start actually, and into the first corner, and the rear really kicking out in a big slide, but it's not too difficult to control, but that is going to slow it down. Heading down and onto the first set of bumps, and it's not looking too bad. I was a bit worried that it being rear-wheel drive would just send it flying off into all sorts of directions, but it just seems to be nice and controllable slides, very elegant, but not especially fast. It's already a good few seconds down, 3.5 seconds down, but a good landing there. As we head into the next corner, a little touch of handbrake, always useful around here. And lots of wheel spin there, finally getting it going. It's very elegant, but not especially quick, but it is holding up mechanically, just the tiniest little bit of damage as it runs ever so slightly wide. And oh dear, it's had a spin. I've hit the wrong button as I've tried to save it. And that's really going to delay the 200BX right at the start here, 13 seconds off the pace. But this could be a chance to make up some time. This is where the Covet rolled, the current leader. That's the time to beat at the moment if you missed episode 1. And it's going to go, it's on 2 wheels and over it goes, rolling just as it gets into Covet corner. One of the hubcaps has flown off and it's just going to skate on its roof. We're going to have to freeze the time and recover that. If I can just get a chance to grab, there we go. Is that going to be enough? Not quite. There goes the hubcap in the background. And we are going again in the 200BX, which has been damaged. It's pulling badly to the left-hand side now. I can't tell what wheel it is that's buckled. And that's not going to be... Oh dear, it's gone into the sign there. Actually made up 3 seconds on the Covet, but that won't help it. It's lost its door. That won't stop it moving, but that's a bit of an odd accident to be having as we head towards jumping jacks. A chance to get some really big air, but this car is pulling badly to the left now. It's hard to control, hard to get any sort of speed up as we approach the jump, and it's got sideways, it's going over. Oh dear! Oh my word! Look at the state of it! That's good. It's gone into a tree, but it went roof first at the very least, so the damage has been, I would say, minimised, but look at it! It's pulling even worse to the left. I think the right rear wheel's now been buckled and bent, and the chassis is bent, so it's scraping on the ground, and oh, it's all gone wrong for the 200BX. And just look at it! Just look at it as it drives along. It's ridiculous. It's going to go for another tumble. Not quite. No, it's just about held it. It's already 30 seconds off the pace. Dear oh dear. As we head towards the farm, no air at all in the McDonald's jump because obviously it was busy hitting a tree. And it's going over again. Not quite. But it's sideways. Going into the fence. Oh dear. More damage to the front wheels. Not especially helpful. It's going into the fence yet again. This thing is completely out of control. So I can just try and get it back onto the sort of the right path. Under the bridge we go, and it's just completely out of control. It's pulling so hard to the left. It's going off again. I've hit that button again, and it's going to get. In fact, it's going for a tumble. That's 1. That's 2. 2.5 tumbles, and that's going to need another recovery. It's at the time frozen, and that was pretty good actually, recovering that while it was sliding down the hill. The front bumper's coming off, but that won't stop it. Now we just need to try and get it, try and find the track again would be nice. I have a feeling this isn't going to challenge the Covet, to be honest. It's over half a minute down already, and there is where we need to aim for. There's the big cross at the next checkpoint. It's just steadily head towards it, try and avoid that sign, try not to roll it yet again. And we are back on track, 48 seconds off the pace. dear, oh dear, look at the state of that right rear wheel. It's just so broken, this car. I mean, the occupants of this car, they're dead. Let's not kid ourselves here. Rattling its way down the hill. It's going to go for a spin. That's the slowest spin of the series so far. I just can't get over how that looks. It's going to be a pretty steady one. Nearly got into a rock there. I've had to take just let it fly off the road. The radiator's damaged, of course. That was early on, but that's what the steam out the front is. But the temperature's staying low, so I don't need to worry about that too much. What I do need to worry about is the fact that the chassis, I think, is hitting the ground. I can't actually get it going. There we go. Back onto the road. Oh dear, oh dear. There we go. The vegetation's loaded back after a bit of a camera reset. And, well, it's already lost. The covert's going to stay at the top. We've lost the hubcaps. But we are going to make it to the bottom. And I think we just about have enough control to get it in. Are we going to be able to slide it into a spot? I don't... Nearly. Look at the state of this. That is the most mangled car so far. The back, actually, from the boot, it doesn't look too bad. But we'll stop the clock in just over half a minute behind. Yeah, from the boot or the trunk backwards, it's pretty good. But other than that, it has been utterly demolished. But a reasonable effort from the BX there, the 200BX. Oh well, shall we see what's next up on our list for today? I think we should, for our second car to go down Stairways Mountain. It's nearly 2 tons of classic American engineering. It's rear-wheel drive, the Burnside Special V8. I have a feeling this is going to handle like a barge, but will it be so tough and heavy that it might survive? That's my thinking heading into this. I think this could actually be a contender. It's old, it's big, it's heavy, but it should be tough. But I suppose it's time for the talking to stop and the time for the driving to start as we wait to get underway. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4, 5 lights, and the Burnside is away, and it's very sluggish pulling away. What's it like as it turns right? Understeer and oversteer is the answer in the kind of all at once there. But I have a feeling this is going to be, well, it's not going to be unsettled by the bumps at all. It's taking it all in its stride. Lovely through that section. Absolutely wonderful, but it is handling, as predicted, like a barge. So it's not going to be a quick car, but will it be strong enough that it can maintain its speed all the way down? That's what I'm hoping. 5 seconds down at the first split, and it's not exactly a long one. A little bits of damage, actually, in the early stretches. It understeers massively wide. A little bit of a fishtail there. Let's get that under control. And away it goes. Now it's a big slide, and in fact it's going over. Well, that wasn't in the plan. I didn't see that one coming. The boots popped open. Sorry, the trunk, as it's an American car, I suppose. There's a big gaping hole in the back of it now. Superficial damage all round, I think. It's still driving pretty straight, and it's 20 seconds off the pace, and it nearly goes over again. Two-wheel driving. It's like something out of James Bond. But it is going to carry on without too much trouble, heading towards Covert Corner, so named because the very first car, the Covert, had a bit of a problem here. Down it goes. Looking pretty good through that section. It'll make up some time on Covert after the leader had problems there. 7 seconds it makes up, pretty much through there, as we head towards Jumping Jacks. And this will have some speed through here, doing about 50 to 60 miles an hour. Heading into Jumping Jacks, that's one of the fastest we've seen. Big leap, crunching blow, and it's going to spin. Is it going to roll? Yes, it is. And into a tree, but nowhere near as badly as the 200BX. Is it going to need a recovery? No, actually. Which unfortunately means the clock keeps running, I suppose. So perhaps not the best thing. But away it goes. It's pulling to the right just a little at the moment. It's only slight. Otherwise, it's pretty good. And it's going to go for a spin. Oh, is it going over? Not quite. Just about staying on four wheels. The Burnside really doesn't roll that easily, actually. We're doing pretty well. We haven't had to recover a car, and we're past the farm now. And no recoveries. That's a record for this series so far. And that's going to be good. That means it spent less time crashing and more time driving. As we head towards the bridge, this could be a big jump here. Pretty big, and a big impact as it hits the deck. And that will send it around. A nice 360. Oh, and a little bit too much exuberance on the throttle. That's not going to help the run at all, but gathered it all up. We can head back down the hill. Just going to mind these rocks here. They will end your run if you hit one of these. We were very lucky in the D series to hit one on the roof rather than anything else. Big slide. But this is looking competitive here. Only 11 seconds. It can make that up. The Covet was very slow, but over goes the Burnside. The radiator's been damaged. And I was just saying that the Covet was very slow at the end. That could help the Burnside. The time's being frozen, and finally that brilliant run of not needing to freeze the time is over for our Burnside. Comes to a rest. Over it goes. I've damaged the door slightly. And back it falls. And away it goes again. This could be a good run. 11 seconds behind coming into this stretch. I think this has got a real chance. It's pulling quite badly to the right now. It's definitely worse than it was. But there's only really one major corner to go, and then it's just put it in a space. And it's going to go and over again. Another roll. As it skates down on its roof. The time's been frozen. So I have to try and... There it is! Get it back over onto its wheels. The camera resets all the vegetation. It's taken a little while to load. I've been having a lot of trouble with the camera recorder, which is why it's sapping a bit of CPU power. But we're going to come in with a lot of speed, and we should just be able to handbrake turn into the space. And that's going to be a winner! The Burnside V8 Special, 38 seconds. It smashes the Covet. And easily the best conditioned car we've had when we've got to the bottom of the hill. And that's the result. 38 seconds. It takes the lead by. That's our new leader then. It is going to be the Burnside. And as we look at the leaderboard, the Burnside Special V8 there. From the Covet, the 200BX slots quite nicely into third. And the D Series is still miles behind everybody else. Every car then so far has made it to the bottom of the hill. Somewhat surprising, but I'm sure there'll be some in the future that do not. Now you may have noticed in this episode that every car has carried a special number plate, a different number plate to our usual tin of spam number plate, and that is again as a bit of a sign, and I encourage every viewer to please donate whatever you can. There is a link in the description to help Billy Monger. Everybody in the motorsport community has been joining in, and I encourage everybody to do so. He's 18 years old, and thank you very much for those in advance if you do donate to the Billy Wiz crowdfunding. And I will see you next time on King of the Hill.